you would have told me 2 years ago that I'll be 19 months sober, waking up at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, working out for 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours, doing that, going to work, and just making it a routine 5 to 6 times a week, and thinking the way that I think, and feeling the way that I feel, praying the way that I pray, I would have looked at you and told you you was crazy. And to be honest, I don't know what happened. I just know I got a message. And God told me he needed me to do something, so I said, and my thing to my words to God was, well, I can't do it by myself. You're gonna have to take some things away from me. You're gonna have to take some people away from me. You're gonna have to take some desires away from me. You're gonna have to put me in the mindset. You're gonna have to remind me constantly of how I'm being tempted, when I'm being tempted, who's for me, who's not for me, and you're gonna have to give me the strength to cut those people and those demons loose, and to cut a lot of my desires loose, because I had a lot of self demons that I was facing, and I had to figure out how to handle that. And I just, I had to switch the way I prayed. I had to stop begging and start asking for solutions, because God had gave me everything I begged for. Everything I begged for, he showed me that I've been gave you what you begged for, and you haven't fulfilled none of the promises that you said you was gonna fulfill. Only thing I did, only promise I kept was prayer. I've been praying for years. I don't know if it's just a habit. I won't open my eyes some days before I pray. And I pray all day, every day. And it's just been me for years. But prayer and sin don't mix. So the prayers ain't gonna work when you continue to live your life the way you've been living. And I'm addicted to a lot of bad habits that I have. What I'm saying? I like to do music. I like to rap. I like to do a lot of stuff. What I'm saying? I like to tell jokes. So I have to figure out ways to change my behaviors, the way I look at people. Number one thing is to not judge people, especially when you in just as bad a shape as they are. So that was my number one thing. So I had to figure out a way to just lead by example, and sometimes you have to cut off a lot of people you love, man. Sometimes you have to deal with your kids in a certain way. You have to deal with everybody in a certain way, and you have to really pay attention to your mission, because I still don't know what my mission is. I just know God told me I need you to do something, and I don't know what it is, and I ask him every day. I still don't get it. I still don't see it. And he just say, and he just tell me, just talk. All you got to do is talk, and I'll do the rest. So, and a lot of times I'll be scared to talk, because my mind, the way I think, sometimes I can be a little aggressive with some of the ideas I have and some of the ways I think, some of my political views and stuff like that. So I had to tone down my political views. I had to just start listening to people. Then I had to start putting myself in people's shoes, and know that I'm not the only one that go through things and the stuff that I go through. So I had to just check myself on a lot of stuff, and I had to every day, all day. Excuse me. I have to constantly talk to God. Like when I'm at work, I just be focused on what you want me to do next, how I'm supposed to do it. I got to do this, what I'm saying? I got to do this at home. I got to do that at home. Everything It's based on structuring where I'm going next. And so it's a lot of things I like to do, a lot of activities I like to do. Like I say, I love to rap, I love music, you know what I'm saying? But I'm at the point to where if it's not productive, I really can't do it the way that I was doing it. So, you know, and it was a hard pill to swallow, but it starts to feel uncomfortable when you know you're on a mission and you got to do right. And a lot of things I do is uncomfortable. But my number one thing is I want to lead by example. Everybody that I be around, they know me, you know, and they know my sins. They know my mistakes. They know a lot of stuff. And I got a lot of mistakes, you know, and I'm going to talk about it. And I'm gonna start recording it on a daily basis. But what I wanted to do with this is let my family know and people know it's nothing wrong with me. You know, I'm not going through nothing that nobody else go through. I'm just on a mission. And my mission might not just be for me. It might be for all of us, you know, and I might fail at it or I might succeed at it. But I was sent on a mission, and I'm gonna give y'all more details in what I'm going through, but I'm doing good. And some days I'll be so happy I get emotional. Like, because I couldn't see myself in this mind state. Like, my mind state right now, I couldn't imagine it, you know. And it's like weird to me, because I be like, how could you feel good all the time and you can think positive all the time and you can decipher a lot of negative things and you can see positive in negativity. So that's basically what I've been on, man. And my thing is I'm praying for everybody, you know, not just me, not just my family, everybody, because we dealing with a lot of demons and a lot of stuff that we need to fix in our communities. And I told God this: if I go out, I'm gonna go out with a positive attitude, and I don't want to leave no stain on my community or my people or the people that I grew up with and lived around. And cause I grew up around, I have a beautiful family. Like, my family is like, that alone is enough to thank God every day. The blessing of the family. I'm gonna start giving y'all some insights on my family, man, and how powerful they is and how beautiful they is, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying we perfect, cause we done had some, you know what I'm saying? We done had a lot of bad things go on, and we the average family, but man, I can see a lot of times when God has favored my family. And he continue to do it. I see it every day. God favors my family. And that's the biggest thing he showed me. Like, you think you ain't blessed. And he started just throwing the memories in. You think you ain't blessed? Oh, you blessed. You blessed. And I think about it every day, man. I pray every day. You know what I'm saying? I ain't sad all the time. I always got a positive attitude about something. And my number one thing is my family, man. And I don't get on them or nothing. Hey, live your life, but I just pray God slide on up in there like he slid up in there on me and just did to do, man. God did what he had to do with me, and I appreciate it, because knowing the things I've seen and the things I've been through, I appreciate it. And you know what I'm saying? And God told me, he was like, it ain't, he let me know it's your heart. He was like, as long as you keep that, as long as you do it the right way, that's your reason for being here. It's your heart. So I'm gonna do a couple more of these videos. Well, I'll probably try to do something every morning when I get up. That's the best time I can do it, when I'm working out or something like that. Because a lot of times when I get off work, I'll be doing things around how my energy levels be up so high, I don't stop until I pass out or go to sleep. Then I'm back up at 1:45, 2 o'clock in the morning. So continue to pray for me, and I'm gonna pray for y'all, and do what I gotta do. God bless y'all. Oh, you came straight out today, huh? So you came straight out today, huh?
Not really, sure. I had to wait on the guy with the walker to get through the door.
How was your day?
Horrible.
You always talking about something.